Hello friends, welcome back. My name is PK. In this video, you will learn how to create an advanced Gantt chart with a data entry form in Microsoft Excel. As you are seeing my screen, I have created this beautiful Gantt chart with multiple functionality, and here you can see the timeline of this and the different colors, and we have given the option to change the color. So let me explain you each and every functionality here. So let's say the first, you can change the color of the timeline using the change the color by, and you can select here. So we have category, status and assigned to column. So let me show you. We have this category column, this is assigned to, and this is the status column. Now if you want to change the color, so let's say I want to change the color by category, I can simply click on refresh. So the colors are changed. For the project planning we have different color, for the design and development we have different colors, for the other category we have the different color. We can see 31 days at a time in the timeline, and you can use to see the other using this scroll bar. You can see the other days also. Alright friend, these colors are dynamic. You can decide which color you want to use. So let me show you. We have here one setting sheet. In the setting sheet we have the list of the categories, status and assigned to, and we have given a default color for each assigned to and for each status and for each category. You can change that color as per your requirement. For example, for project planning I want to give the different color. Let's say I am giving here this sky blue color, this one. Okay, now if I come to the Gantt chart, and we have already selected here the category, if I refresh this, then you can see for the project planning we have this blue color, and there is no limit how many status, how many category or how many assigned to you want to use. Now I will quickly show you how to add a new task or new activity. So let's click on this plus button. To add the new activity or the task, you can first select the category. This drop down will come from this category drop down. If you add a new, let's say I'm just adding a new test, okay, and I'm giving here some color. So let's say I'm giving this purple color. Okay, now let's come here and click on this plus button. You can see that new category here. The task name I'm putting here, let's say test task or activity. Assigned to, you can select here assigned to, and you can add a new name also in the setting sheet with the color. Let's say I'm selecting here Jack. Now task is dependent or non-dependent. Dependent means, let's say if you say okay, this task is dependent on task ID 12, so the end date of the task ID 12 is 26 August, right? That means this task will start from the next working day of 26 August if it is dependent. If it is not dependent, then you can decide what should be the start date of that task. So I will show you both of the dependent and independent tasks. So let me click on this plus button. So let's say I'm selecting here new test. I'm putting here test task 1, for example, assigned to PK. I'm saying okay, this is non-dependent task, so I can decide my start date. Let's say I'm putting here 6 June, and I'm saying it will be for 3 working days. Okay, so this should be in working days. And status, by default I'm putting here pending and submit. So you can see this new task has been added. Task ID is 13. This one, new task, and task ID is 13. Now I will show you. Let's say I want to add a new task which will be depend on this task ID 13. Click on new again, and let's select again category as new task. I'm putting here, let's say test 2 assigned to Raj, and I'm making it a dependent task, dependent. And let's select here task ID. So I'm selecting here, let's say task ID 13, the last one. Okay, I'm saying okay, this will go for the 2 working days. Status I'm putting pending, submit. So we didn't put any start date. Automatically it is taking the start date as 12 because the end date of the previous task was 11, and it is not considering Saturday and Sunday, so it is taking the working days only. And here it has put 2. Now let's say I want to see it by assign to or by status. So let's select here assign to, refresh. Here you can see 2 colors different because according to the assign to, and if you select here status, you can see that. Alright friends, so this is totally dynamic. If you want to edit any task, just click on the task ID anywhere and click on this edit icon. That task will be opened automatically. Now let's say I want to change the start date of this. So now I'm making the start date as 10th, okay, and rest I'm keeping it same. So because the task 14, this task ID 14 is depend on the task ID 13, automatically the start date of that also should be changed. Both of the tasks should be moved ahead. Let me submit this. So here you can see now it is starting from 10th of June and the start date of this task is automatically moved to the 14th June. Alright friends, so friends, that is how you can use this, and this is quite useful. You can decide the color, you can hide it from here, the other information, to get the more space for the timeline. Now friends, I will quickly show you the code and the formulas which I have used here. So first let me show you the formulas. So let's go to the view and enable the headings first. Okay, so this is the group I have created to hide and unhide. You can create the group after selecting the column from the data, and here we have the outline and we can create the group from here. All right, this sheet is protected, so you can't make any change here. I will show you that one also. Now in the settings sheet we have created the simple colors and the assigned to status and category. Okay, here it will give the ID, category, activity, assigned to start date and end date, duration, status and dependent ID. We have put some formulas also, so let me show you. Let me unprotect this first. The password of this is 1234. Now here you can see in the start date we have somewhere formula, like here we have the formula. Wherever it is dependent task, we have the formula as dependent start date. Let's go to the formulas and name manager. We have created some names. I will show you those names also. Assigned to is this one, so automatically wherever you are it will select that assigned to. Similarly the category, this one, current date, so it will take that date. Okay, then current end date is basically this date. You can see it is selected, and then the current start date is this date, then dependent ID is this one. Okay, so these are simple selection. Dependent start date, I will explain you this one. Let's see the some other, like Gantt range. Gantt range is nothing but this range from A to G, just to put the VLOOKUP. Scroll value, if I click here it is taking on the setting sheet R1, so let me show you that one also. This one you can unhide this. So this is the scroll value. Okay, so whatever you will select on the scroll bar, you can insert the scroll bar from the developer tab, insert form control scroll bar, this one. You can just simply select and drag that here. Then you can right click, go to the format, and you can connect this with anywhere on the setting sheet. So we have connected with R1, and after connecting this we have put the name. Like to put the name here, just click and go to the formula bar and go to the name manager, and you can create a new name. You can put, let's say, test, and it is automatically connected with R1. Okay, so here we have put the scroll value. Then the status is the value of this column, this one, status. If I click here name manager and see the status, so it is selecting this one. All right friend, now quickly we'll show you the 2-3 formulas. Like here we have the dependent start date, Dependent start date is nothing but it's a VLOOKUP dependent ID. We have already taken Gantt range, the A to F, number 6. So basically it is taking this 6 column end date. So it is trying to fetch the end date on the basis of this dependent ID. Okay. So what we are trying to do, basically we will use here the VLOOKUP like this, and let's say this dependent ID comma, we will use here A to F comma 6 comma 0. So it will give me the end date of this ID 5. ID 5 is this, it will return this end date. Okay. Now from this end date we can use the workday formula to get the next working day. So same thing we have done here. Alright, this one. Then the end date, to use the end date again we have used the workday formula. We are taking the input as duration in days, right? So we have used the workday formula. Alright friends, so these are the formulas which we have used, and here we have insert a combo box. So let me show you. So let's go to the insert. To insert the combo box, again you can go to the developer tab, and from the form control you can insert the combo box like this. And to create a drop down in the settings sheet, again we have some values which we have made hidden from this column to this column. You can unhide them. You can see this column by. So you can simply right click, go to the format control, and input range, you can take those values, just select that, and the cell link you can just click anywhere. So let's say I'm just clicking here, and then you can see that drop down. If you select category, there will be one like here, and if you select, let's say, status, there will be 2. It is according to the index. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, so whatever you have selected. Now let me delete this and delete this one also. Alright friends, so that is how we have done it. Now we haven't put any conditional formatting manually, we have used the VBA. So let me show you that one also. Here we have added 3 buttons, these 3 command buttons, and this is the refresh command button. So I will show you the code for each and every button. Let me go to the Visual Basic and let me show you the form first. So we have this manage activity form. Here we have taken the ID, category combo box, task assigned to combo box, and dependent non-dependent. Here we have taken 2 things. One is, you can see in the backend we have a text box, another we have the combo box, whether we want to use the dependent or non-dependent, and this is duration, status, and we have a submit and reset button. Now let's double click here to see the code for each and everything. So let's move to the top. So first, for the reset button, we are just making all boxes, combo box or text box, making it clear. By default the option button 2 is true. Let me show you the option button 2. Option button 2 is this non-dependent task. So by default we are making the non-dependent task is true. Now the submit button, in the submit button we have put some validation, like you have to select the category, task name assigned to, so all the fields should be selected. Then we are adding and updating the field. Okay, whether we want to add a new record or we want to update record, we are deciding it using this checkbox. If it is a new entry, then this checkbox should be checked. If you are updating the existing one, then it should not be checked. And this is hidden, we have made it hidden. This is just to identify whether we are entering a new entry or this is existing one. So now here accordingly we are taking the variable of the I row. Okay, if checkbox 1.value is false, that means it is an update. Okay, existing record update, and we are using the match function of the ID. ID is nothing but we have a column here ID. By default it will take a new ID, whatever is the maximum ID it will add 1 by default for the new entry, and for the existing entry it will take the real ID. So we are using the match function to get the row number. This will be the row number, and if it is a add, then whatever is the last row it will add +1. Okay, then it will insert a new row there to put the task. It will format according to this new formatting. Now here we are adding the information on that I row, whether it is a new row or the existing one. Then if option button is 2, then it will put this formula. We have created this in the name manager, and it is putting the other information. Okay, and adding all the information, it will refresh the drop down, it will call the button reset click. Now most important thing is this one, wherein we are adding the conditional formatting. So it will add the conditional formatting every time. So it will decide on the setting sheet the Z1 value is 1, then it will add the colors according to category, is 2, then according to the status, otherwise according to the assigned to. So basically we are saying what option on the combo box we have selected, category, status or assigned to, it will work accordingly. Okay, and then it will say done. I will show you these macros also, these 3 macros which I have created for the conditional format. I will come to that. Here we are opening the calendar, and then these are the option button. So basically if you select the option button 2, then it will make hidden for the dependent ID and the combo box, and it will show the start date. In the otherwise case, it will show the start date and it will make the hidden for the dependent combo box. Let me show you. So if I select this one, then you can see it is showing the start date and this. If I select here, then this one. So basically this is what we are doing here. Okay, now here we are showing the refresh drop down. So basically we are adding the drop down list here. You can see for status assigned to from the setting sheet and the dependent ID from the same sheet. Okay friends, now I'll quickly show you this conditional formatting codes also, which are very important about these conditional formatting coding for the add category colors. So here what we are doing, we are taking 2 worksheet, SH and the DSS, Gantt chart and the setting sheet. Okay, now we are taking one range also. So the range is from J4 till AN and whatever is the last row. So let me show you. We are taking from here, which is J4, you can see this one, till AN, this is the last column, and the row we don't know, so we will decide what is the last row. We have put this dynamic code. Okay, so this is the range wherein we will input our conditional formatting. So from this range, every conditional formatting should be deleted. If there is any conditional formatting, that should be deleted first, because we will add it from the starting. Then we are using f as string, I as integer. Okay, and then we are putting a loop on the setting sheet from 2 to the last row or the count of rows. Let me show you the setting sheet, row number 2 to this one. So from this till the last row. So according to the category, we are creating the conditional formatting. So first we are taking the formula here, and category is equal to whatever is the category name, and the current date should be greater than of the start current date, and current date should be less than of the end date. So that date should come between the start date and date, and the category name should be this particular one. In that case, we will put the interior color, the background color of this text, whatever color is on the column B. So let me show you. The whatever color is here, the same color will apply for that particular category name. And after putting this, because we have unprotected this sheet, the Gantt sheet, now again we are protecting this, wherein user interface only making true and enabling the outline, the group and ungroup, because on the protected sheet we will use this group and ungroup option, expand and collapse. Alright friends, now I will quickly show you the coding of these buttons. So these buttons coding is available on the Gantt sheet, this one. So this is the first button wherein we are using the add new activity. First it will show the manage activity form, then checkbox 1 will make true. Checkbox 1 is we are using for the new entry. So this should be true. So we are using for the new entry. It will fill the ID whichever is the maximum plus 1. Okay, and then it will add the refresh drop down, and option button 2 will be default true. Similarly, this is for the update existing, and here we are putting some condition like you should select the ID, and once you have selected, on the basis of that ID we are filling the default values here in this form. So default value like whatever the category of that ID and the task and all information you can see. And the last one we have used to delete a task. You can select that ID and here it is deleting that. So let me show you the delete part also. Let's say this one I have added. You can select that and you can just click on delete button. It will ask, are you sure to delete the task ID 14? Say yes. Task ID 14 is deleted. Alright friends, so friends, that is how you can create this advanced Gantt chart in Microsoft Excel. Friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe my channel to get the regular update of my videos. Thank you so much for watching.